Hi everyone. Wow, I just tested my colors like 2 seconds ago and already the light has changed so much. This is like always a thing because I've got windows and so natural light will never ever be reliable. So we'll just maybe bring that a little bit. Anyway, how are we all doing today? Hope you're doing well. I know. I hope this is a little bit better for colors, but yeah. Aki and Jones, Logan, Ben, and Caladrius, hello. Nice to see you all. I hope that your Wednesday is going well. Mine's going just fine, you know? Aki, you take a lot of photos outside. Yeah, the natural light. It'll be like, 10 minutes later, the sun will disappear behind a cloud, and then it'll be too dark. So, I don't know. It's cloudy all morning, and I guess the sun has decided to make an appearance. So, that's nice, I guess. It's looking good. Awesome. I'm glad. Well, sometimes it just be like that, and it's all right. So, what have you guys got going on this week? Photos of plants and animals. That sounds awesome. I love taking pictures of flowers too. I find that like the hardest / most fun part is like finding the best angle, right? So you're like down on the ground and you're like trying this way and you're trying that way. Panic is playing some piano. Awesome. Caladrius has survived. We're glad to hear it. And Aki, your cat, got surgery, so you're keeping an eye on her. Hopefully she'll have a quick and healthy recovery. Logan is enjoying beautiful music. I mean, just doing kind of a little bit of a, I kind of like doing a bit of a like warm-up improv. The sun would go away, but it feels like it's gotten a little brighter now. I just can't win with the windows, but that's what we're working with here. Yeah. Okay, so like we always do, I usually start with a bit of practice and then kind of move on to some requests a bit later. So let's see. Last week I was looking a little bit at Ulbricht's theme, so I was thinking maybe I'll do like a little bit of that one. Maybe we'll do some Full Metal Alchemist today. And then we'll kind of see where we go from there. All right. Pedal. Okay, maybe this spot needs a little bit of attention. sun is shining brighter. Like, why don't you love me? I'm sorry, sun, I do love you, but just not when I'm streaming. Koi Tran, nothing like some harp to start the day. Absolutely. Is that the start of the metal cover? Yeah, I guess. Oh, your sister used to play harp and you miss hearing her practice. Yeah, for sure. It's kind of weird. Like, I have two sisters and we all used to play piano. And so it's kind of funny. Like, you would start to recognize the songs that they would be playing. You're like, oh, yeah, I love this one. All right. But yeah, no, I had a bit of a messy pedal there because I just wasn't expecting it. And so if you have something vibrating and then you're like very slow on the pedal, like you'll get that kind of metallic noise kind of thing. Okay. Like you just have to be ready for it, and I wasn't. Over here. Oh, hey Lynn. Hey Stuart, nice to see you. Hey Brandon, welcome back. Hope you're all having a great Wednesday so far. Okay, here we are. On that for a little bit, and then we'll do some Full Metal Alchemist after that, I think. Abraham, welcome. Glad you could make it. Wow, I didn't know you did streams. Good thing I finally subscribed after years of random views. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you, and welcome here. Yeah, so like Jones mentioned very helpfully, thank you very much. Usually how we do the streams is like first half I'll kind of practice some music, and then second half I'll take some requests, so we kind of get like a mix of different stuff going on in streams. Stuart says, I never thought I would like harps. I like bands with guitar and electric guitar, but that was awesome. Well, yeah, I'm glad you're liking it. You know, I think we maybe sometimes surprise ourselves with our varied and eclectic tastes. Harp's aboard, nice to see you, welcome back. Okay, so this part, there's just like, the left hand is very busy. So if I'm not ready for it, it takes me by surprise. So let's, okay. Time a little bit more slowly. Whoa. Yeah. One of my favorite things that I tell my students is if you can't play it slowly, you can't play it quickly. So it's always good to practice stuff slow. Maybe a little bit faster. Whoops. I was doing good, but okay. Okay, so as far as chords go, we've got E, C minor, and then G major, the B flat, and F. Okay, C, G, B, F. Okay. Okay, that's not. Okay. All right, that's been about 15 minutes on this song, so I think we'll maybe leave that where it is. Harp to board. I feel like we've talked about it before in the Discord server. It's from Octopath Traveler, and it's a great game, and you should play it. I'm like in the middle of my second playthrough. I'm already like 25 hours in, and I just love Octopath Traveler so much. It's very much like a comfort game for me. It's like, you know, if you've had a long, stressful day and you don't want to like think really hard about an RPG and like what's going on in the story and where you need to go next, and like, I don't know, or like if you're playing like a game like Stardew Valley, even you're like, oh, I have to like plan out my farm and like what seeds I need to buy and how many days are left in the season. It's like, I'm just going to turn on Octopath Traveler. I'm going to walk around and fight some monsters and listen to a beautiful soundtrack. So if you haven't played it, I highly recommend it. Alex, welcome to chat. Maybe I should play Octo once I'm done with my 3 millionth Final Fantasy IX playthrough. Nice. Maybe that's your comfort game. I don't know. All right. Have a good day, Stuart. Thanks for stopping by. I just love Octopath so much. Every time I sit down to play, I'm like, what if I just made a second Octopath Traveler album? Like, maybe I shouldn't do that, but what if? I just love it so much. Samantha is so pro turn-based tactical games or non-thinking games. You know, it's like, well, Fire Emblem is still is still a thinking game for sure, but it's like, I don't know, with Octopath, I don't know what it is. It's just like make a different kind of thinking that just feels less effortful for me. I don't know. Okay, Michael, we'll keep your secret. Don't worry. Thanks for stopping in. Aki says, need to finish some other games first, plus get your funds together. For Octopath Traveler, I know it goes on sale pretty often on Steam. So if you're interested in it, I would just maybe put it on your wish list and wait for a notification on that. But I think even thinking games can be comfort games. I think it just depends like what your play style is, I guess, you know? About channeling your thoughts into gaming instead of other negative stuff. Yeah, that's true. That is very true. I do find though that like when I'm tired, there are certain games that just like give me a headache and I can't do it. 2020 was a fabulous year for games. Yeah, definitely. I mean, you've got to be careful that you don't let games take over too much of your life, but yeah, they can certainly be a safe haven a lot of the time. This is the part. Okay. Okay, yeah. First bit, I'm like, oh, this is easier than I remember. I get to the second bit, I'm like, oh, yeah, this is the part that I need to practice. So, if you're not familiar with this song, it's called Brothers from Full Metal Alchemist. Caladrius, guess we have to accept Samantha as our pro gamer overlord, considering with her thinking Octopath is a shut your mind off game. Well, there were a few battles that I did recently where I was in a very under-leveled state where I had to think pretty hard, but I think if you're, a lot of the time, if you go through all the chapters kind of in order, you'll end up getting over-leveled pretty fast, and then it's like, I don't know. This year is the 20th anniversary of FMA. Oh, nice. I used to watch Full Metal Alchemist with my mom. Like, the TV station that we would watch would have, like, Friday night anime. And so every Friday we would order a pizza. And me and my sisters would watch anime. My parents would also watch. So my parents watched quite a bit of Naruto. And my mom, I think, watched Full Metal Alchemist with us. Okay, so what's going on here is I've got this chord, which falls into a pattern that I'm very familiar with, no problem. But then we've got, so it's like F major, but then it's G major over F. So it's not the normal like shape, which means I have to think about it a little harder. That could be a good warm-up, I guess. You have cool parents. Yeah, I mean, they're great. I really love them a lot. Okay, let's see if I can put the right hand with this. Nice and slow. strings sound pretty out of tune to me. Oof, yeah. Okay, that's gonna be a bit better, I think. Sounds a bit better to me. Okay, let's see if I can do that just a little faster. Oops. Getting there. Tuning is a never-ending battle. It seriously is, you guys. Like when I record stuff, I will usually tune my harp twice before I even start recording, and then I'll like do the first take, and then as I'm playing, I'll hear notes that are still not in tune. Honestly, my harp really doesn't help me because it's quite old, so the tuning pegs slip a lot, so they don't stay where I left them. And then also my harp is not really in regulation because it's very hard to get a regulator out, which means that it doesn't stay in tune when I change the pedals. So sometimes you're not really supposed to tune when the pedals aren't in flat position, but sometimes I do because it's just easier. Don't tell anyone, it's a secret. Harpists spend 90% of their time tuning and 10% of their time playing out of tune. It's true. Some people take issue with that, and I'm like, nah, it's true though. So I'm just like looking forward to the day when I can buy a brand new harp, which will theoretically hold its tune for at least longer than this one. Okay. I'm still not happy with this G though. Sounds a bit flat. Yeah. Is it just not staying? See, this is what I mean about the peg slipping. It's like, okay, that's fine. I play it once, it goes out of tune. For a loop because for the rest of the song I'm doing this kind of one pattern where it's like 1 5 8 and then like continues with the triad, so it's like 1 5 8 3 5 kind of thing. In terms of fingering, it's like 4 2 1 3 2, and then I get to this page and it switches to like including the third in the bottom chord, so it's like instead of 1 5 8 I'm going 1 3 5 8 3, and then I'm just crossing under one finger, which I don't like. And then it goes back to the other pattern. I hate crossing under finger 2 by itself. I just think it's like the worst. If there's any other harpists in chat. I mean, I wrote this arrangement, so I only have myself to blame, but I've given up on tuning every day for practice. I mean, honestly, same. Like, I don't tune every day. Mostly because I tried it for a while because everyone always says, like, if you tune every day, your harp will stay more in tune. And I was like, well, maybe that's my problem. But no, my problem is that my harp does not hold its tune. So even when I tuned every day, it did not help. So I was like, it's fine. I'll just practice when it's important. Or I'll tune at least once a week, especially if there's been a big change in the weather. With a duet with a digital piano, it's got to be in tune perfectly. Ooh, yeah. Why regulate your harp when you can buy a rainbow? Yeah, well, even then I'll have to regulate the rainbow. I think for harp solos, you can kind of get away with being slightly out of tune. Yeah, I think so too. And especially if you're performing in a place that has a lot of like natural reverb, it hides a lot of bad tuning, honestly. I remember I was playing in this harp festival in Brazil, and one of the days we were playing in like a law building, and the room was like so echoey, and I was sitting at the back and I was listening to one of the other performers. I was like, oh, he sounded great. And he was like, oh man, I was so out of tune. And I was like, I couldn't tell. And then I did my set and I was like, wow, it's impossible to keep this harp in tune because it's like so humid. And it was also just, it is not a harp in the best condition, but no, just buy a new rainbow every time. Every time you need your harp to be regulated, just buy a new harp. It's a perfect strategy. Do you write certain arrangements with a mindset of, let's just torture future Samantha when she plays it? No, I write arrangements with like, I really want it to sound like this, with no thought for future Samantha and how she's going to figure it out. So I'm like, future Samantha she'll deal with it. It's fine. She's great at this. She'll do great. That girl Kim, hello, welcome to stream. Thanks for coming by, and thank you for the kind words as well. Buying a new harp every time reminds me of printers. Yeah, we were having a conversation in the Discord server about the terrible, terrible world of printers. Harp support, my arrangements are torture. I don't know why. Sometimes I think we need more than we actually do. So we'll write ourselves a lot of notes. I was thinking about this because, I've been getting some comments because, okay, so this is, I guess, maybe a good tie-in to talk about this. Also, welcome Ian to chat. Nice to see you. Okay, so this is a good tie-in. I'm working on a bunch of educational content for harpists specifically, and it's specifically also about like how to arrange, because for harpists, it's so hard for us to find sheet music that's like for harp, and even if you do find some, a lot of the time it's like not like at the right level for you, and it's just like, it's a problem I think that harpists have. So I was like, okay, and people ask me how I do my stuff all the time, so I was like, you know what, let's just like teach people how to do it, because I've been teaching my private students. So I've got like a series of videos coming out in about 2 weeks, and then also like a whole course, because it's like really, really in depth and all that stuff. So if you're a harpist and you're interested in that, there's a link to the email list where you'll get all the information for that in the description. So there's that. But anyway, I've had like some other people who are not harpists talking about like, oh, we'd love more information about how to arrange for harp if you're not a harpist. So I was thinking about like, what makes a harp part good. And one of the things I always tell people is like, you don't need these really busy bass lines. So basically what I've got in this arrangement, like a lot of the time you don't always need that. But then, of course, I write it for myself anyway. I think because it's a solo, sometimes you may want a little bit more, but if you're writing for something in an ensemble, oftentimes you really don't need that. But, I don't know, even in this arrangement, like, there's pretty much always, like, a quarter note at the end of each measure. So there's always, like, a half a beat where you can reset. I think a lot of people like to write just, like, constant eighth notes or constant 16th notes, like, and there's no time for you to like get your hand to the next spot. So I don't know, that was something I was thinking about. Oftentimes we'll write things for ourselves that are like hard and maybe not the best, but if we get it from somebody else, it's like, why did you write this for me? How dare you? I like fast arpeggios. Yeah. Me too sometimes. You just gotta use them sparingly, I think. I think the constant movement in the left hand is way easier on piano. I definitely agree. I think a lot of people write for harp at the piano. And that's like the whole thing, I think, is like, how do I write a good harp part? Remember that the harp is not a piano. Like, that's number one thing. All in. I drink water just all the time, every day. I'm on team hydration. Love water. So it's like adding too much detail in a drawing. Maybe, sometimes. I guess that's not a bad analogy, yeah. But okay, so let's see if let's play a little bit more. It's a good tangent. We'll play some more music. Nice and slow. Section one more time at tempo, and then we'll start taking some requests. Okay. All I really needed to do is just know which chords I was playing and what the shapes are. But honestly, yeah, like I think for a lot of these measures, I don't actually need the last quarter note. Like I could just take it out probably. And then maybe include it. Depends on the measure and it comes down to personal preference, but I think that even if you don't, I don't know, like even if you want to have a lot of notes in the accompaniment, even if you just take some out here and there just to like give a little bit of breathing room, I think it actually does make the arrangement a lot better. Calatrus. I used to play with a bassist who had the annoying habit of constantly having to play even when he should be silent. He'd write himself in. Silence is powerful. Use it. Absolutely. That sounds really frustrating. The resonance of a chord or just one note is much more powerful on the harp than the piano. Yeah, absolutely. Because, you know, if you play the piano, you press the key and as soon as you let it go, it's gone, and it doesn't have kind of the same like resonance. So like I can play one note and it'll last for quite a long time. The other thing too is that like if I play all these notes, there's actually like other strings that are vibrating in sympathy. I guess that must happen on the piano a little bit. No, because they've got like their little felt or whatever touching it, right? So that they don't do that. That's what the damper pedal is for. So I guess it's sort of like the harp is almost like as if you had the damper pedal forever and just like never lifted it. But thoughtful spacing and adding of detail is so important for storytelling since life is a succession of stress and calm too. Yeah, I think there's a lot of parallels in like different art forms of kind of leaving space. Yeah. Cool. All right. So I think I'm ready to take some requests from chat. So if there is something you would like to hear me play today, feel free to type it in chat. Just remember I can't play everything because there's not enough time and there's probably going to be lots of requests. So if I don't get to yours, as we say, just be cool about it. We appreciate it. But yeah, I can see what I can do. Yeah. In the meantime, I'll keep hydrating. Oh, I've got a Nora. Wonder if I can grab her. I don't know. Maybe, but she might run away. Are you gonna run away? I move my stand and then she moves. Okay. Hello, baby. Okay. Say hello to Nora. She is my very good girl. Okay. Some Ori in the Blind Forest. Yes, I should. I've been meaning to do that, actually, so we should do that. Alpha and the Apothecary from Octo. Yeah, maybe. Okay, Koi Tran, thanks for coming by. We'll all do our best to stay hydrated. Merry-Go-Round of Life is maybe like the most difficult request you could possibly ask for. That's probably not true, but I'm probably not going to do that, just full disclosure. We enjoyed the FMA practice. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad. Nora will usually let me hold her for a pretty long time. Nora is great. She is loving life. Jazz, thanks for coming by. Hope you have a good rest of your day. But I think she wants to run around a little bit, so. Okay, let's start with some Ori in the Blind Forest. What do you think? Is that a good idea? Okay, off you go. Alrighty, so I'm gonna look for Ori and the Blind Forest. Let's see what I can do. See what I can do. Okay. So, okay, I've got something for the main theme. So we'll try that. So this is going to be a little bit of sight reading. So, you know, I'm probably just going to take a quick look through how the melody goes, how the harmony goes, and then we'll try it together. My cats hate being picked up. Still love them though. Yeah, every cat's got their preference, right? My cats don't seem to have a song preference, but I think they do enjoy listening to the harp. Oftentimes they'll sit on the couch and like go to sleep. Depends on the time of day though. They've got a very strict sleep routine, so. Okay. So, we're gonna start with some Ori and the Blind Forest here. We've got. That seems too fast. Let me just check. It's marked at 100, so let's see. Oh, maybe I was too slow. Nope. So, that's the wrong window. Okay. We'll see how this goes. So, Ori and the Blind Forest main theme. Right. I need to check the speed again. Can't keep it in my head. Ba-dee-da-dum. Okay. How's that? I don't know that it sounded like the original that much, but I think it sounded okay. You know what? I'm not super familiar with the Paper Mario soundtrack either. Twin Leaf Town. I'm not familiar with it, but I could potentially look it up. Thanks very much, everyone. Glad you enjoyed it. So what else did we have? Trying to remember now. Let's do, okay, so you're asking for the Shire theme. You know what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to play Concerning Hobbits, because I'm not sure how different those two are, but I think it should at least be adjacent. So, Bilbo is sitting behind me, and he's snoring. It's probably too quiet to be heard on the microphone, but yeah, he has a little bit of a stuffy nose. Okay, so Concerning Hobbits from Lord of the Rings. Here we go. Gotta give it just enough time to ring. This one's kind of funny because, oftentimes I'll need to play it at a wedding where I'm playing my lever harp. So I've got there's one spot where there's a pedal change. And the levers kind of happen a bit differently. So sometimes my brain is like, oh, I need to do the pedals here. And it's like, wait, no, I gotta wait. Because I would do the levers there. But yeah, that one's always fun. So let me see. Oh, you guys have so many good requests. It's hard to choose. And also thanks for being cool. Thanks for just being chill about it. I appreciate that a lot. Oh man, this makes my choices so difficult to make. Man, Well, Kawhi, so you've triggered my Clair de Lune rant. Personally, I don't like Clair de Lune on any instrument except for piano. Like I love taking songs that are written for other ensembles, whatever, putting them on harp, obviously. But there are like a few things that I'm like, nope, they sound perfect on piano, and I don't want to do it. It's okay. I'm not like mad or anything. But I think people request Clair de Lune a lot just because it's like a popular song, right? And it's a great song. But I think that it works so well on piano because it's so legato, right? So smooth. And the sustain on the piano, I think, makes it work really well. And so because the harp is really all about attack, right? You pluck the string and then it fades, right? There's no sustain. So I don't love it. I do think that like the first arabesque, I think that Girl with Flaxen Hair sounds great on harp. But like for me, Clair de Lune, I'm like, nah. Yeah, I think there's some songs from piano that work and some that don't. It just depends, right? Okay. I'm gonna do another song that I need to sight read, just to kind of mix things up a little bit. Eternal Wind from Final Fantasy III. I've actually played Final Fantasy III. One of the few Final Fantasy games I've actually played. It was the remake for 3DS. So sure, let's try Eternal Wind. Just picking randomly. You all have such awesome requests. How is 3 an FF game you've played? That's so weird. I know. It was on 3DS. Like, we had a 3DS growing up, and I don't know. I guess my parents were like, this seems fine. Or maybe it was on sale. Like, I don't know. I really don't know why that's one of the few I've actually played, but... Ooh, it's on VG lead sheets. Let's do it. I do love a VG lead sheet. Lead sheets, I find, are so much easier to sight read. So we're going to do this, and I'm going to add it to my Fourscore app. We'll give it some tags so I can find it later. Great. All right, I'm definitely not going to be able to play this intro at speed, but that's okay. Final Fantasy III on the 3DS. Coincidence? I think not. Palomas, hello, welcome to the stream. Have I played any games from Fable? I actually have not. People keep telling me that I should, and I have not. Alright, so we're going to take a look at Eternal Wind from Final Fantasy III. We'll see how I do with it. So, again, I'm just going to kind of start by playing it nice and slowly, figuring out what's going on, and then we'll give it a good run through after. Is that right? This should also be at 120. It's been so long since I played this game. I remember I liked a lot of the music from it. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and C sharp minor. Interesting. stylus, so I'll just do it with my finger. Gonna write in, there's a couple of petal change spots to notice. So we'll need F natural, G natural, and then we've got that. Okay, it's always nice to kind of plan out your petals before you need them, you know? Okay, so B flat, some interesting chords in this. B natural and G sharp, I guess there. Okay, cool. Alrighty, so let's hear the tempo again. Is this the map theme? Oh, I like this. Harp's board. Okay, I have not played Final Fantasy 3. I mean, fair enough. It is the map theme, and like it sounds familiar. Like some of the chords. Jump up, Superstar. Yeah, it probably would be hard. Probably would be. Okay, so we had some Pokemon requests. I haven't played a lot of Pokemon music, so let me just accumulate town. Let me see what I can find. Okay. Need to be in the right app. Let's see if it's on here. I don't think it will be, but yeah. Someone asked for Twin Leaf Town, so maybe we'll take a look at that. This looks like it will have a lot of petals, but we'll give it a try. Let me just check what key it's in. Okay, it's in C. All right. Give it a go. All right. So, you know what? I'm actually just going to grab my stylus. I would like it. It's just over here. just off frame. Okay, so 'cause there's a lot of pedals in here that I would like to be ready for. Because we've got like... Oh, I do hate this when there's like... Oh... So they'll have like a sharp that's in the melody, but then in the bass line they want it to be natural. So it's like... They have a G sharp, but they want like an A7, which has a G natural in it, which is annoying. So I may not play the 7th of the chord. Well, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we can do. C sharp. Augmented. That's weird. I'm just gonna put a C sharp there. And whatever. It will be fine. B natural. When do I need my G? This has a lot of pedals, y'all. There's a good chance I'm going to leave out a lot of notes because when you've got a lot of notes, sometimes you just can't play them all. Oh boy, that needs to be C natural. Sometimes you just can't play them all. And that's okay. So here I need A natural. Why are there so many augmented chords in this? I don't know if I'm going to play them augmented. There's a lot of chromatic. A lot of Pokemon music has chromatic movement, I've noticed. Okay, F sharp. This would be like F natural, A flat. Goodness me. Okay, so I need an E flat, E natural. Sorry, this is very non-musical content at the moment. All right, so I'm gonna start with this much because I think it kind of repeats later on. We'll see how it goes. Lake Lamode, I think probably. I remember liking that song. Okay, so let's try Twin Leaf Town and see how that goes. Well, I missed a pedal already, so that's good. I mean, just trying to deal with the melody is like a lot. Okay, so I need an A natural there. Okay. Let's go again with this. So this is first time doing this song. Are getting away from me, and this is why you know, when composers or arrangers will send you a part and they like write in pedal markings for you, they usually will miss some, because until you're playing you're like, oh, this is the wrong note. Sometimes they're easy to miss. There are a lot of accidentals, and that's not even taking account the left hand. Okay, let's do right hand one more time. Okay. This is gonna be a nice, slow, chill Twin Leaf Town. Let's give it a go. We'll just see what happens. Let's do that again, because that was not great. So, yeah, ended up just ignoring a lot of the chords that were written there. Just like, do we need this one? No. Sometimes that's the way. I like that one. That's really nice. I really liked the, like this bit. I like that chord a lot. This is very homey. That's nice. That's nice. The chords are merely suggestions, indeed. So, thanks very much for the applause. Appreciate it. Twin Leaf always feels good in the heart, absolutely. Cool. All right. Well, we're a little bit past 12 o'clock now, so I think maybe we'll do one more song before we wrap up, just because I've got other stuff I have to do today. I think at some point I would love to like carve out maybe a 2-hour stream instead of just 1 hour, because it's always really fun, you know? So, yeah, before we do one more song, just want to say thanks for coming out today. Do we get to hear the cat's lunch song? Well, I don't know if they're going to sing along for us today. Sometimes they're being very sleepy still. Like Bilbo's just sitting on the harp bench behind me. He hasn't really gotten into lunch mode yet. But yeah, like I said, thanks so much for coming. For the harpists that are in chat right now, I've got like a whole bunch of content coming out soon about arranging for harps, and like honestly, like a lot of the stuff that I've been doing today, like sight reading off of lead sheets, it's all kind of rooted in the same like method, really. So if that's something you're interested in learning how to do, it's not as hard as like you might think it is, which is why like I want more people to know how to do it, because it's not that hard, and it lets you do so many more things. So if that's something you're interested in learning about, there is a early bird like email list in the description that you can sign up for. You know, it's just an email list, it's no pressure or anything. But yeah, thank you also to my patrons who, you know, help support the channel financially and, you know, have helped fund things like keeping my harps strung when the strings break, or microphones, or lighting equipment, or all sorts of other things. So really, really appreciate all that the patrons do. Thank you very much. And yeah, if you enjoyed the stream today, you feel like leaving a tip, there is a link to coffee in the description as well. But why don't we finish off with, let's do a little more Final Fantasy. That seems to be our theme today. I feel a bit weird about finishing with the prelude, because that should be first, right? So we could do 2 Xanarkand. Okay, we could do 2 Xanarkand, or we can do, what was it? Roses of May. What do you guys think? Or I guess if you guys really want to hear the prelude, we can do the prelude. The prelude of the rest of your day. I mean, I guess it could be that. A few games do finish with the prelude and the ending credits. I mean, I'll take that. So I'm going to just wait a second to see what people want. You can type in chat, do you want to hear 2 Xanarkand, the prelude, or like Roses of May or something like that? You vote for Roses of May? Okay, we've got vote for either. Okay, I mean, there's always a bit of a delay between chat and me, so I'll just give it another second. I don't really have a preference, so it's really just up to you. We have a couple votes for prelude. All right, I mean, all right, prelude. Okay, works for me. We'll finish off with a prelude. So yeah, hope it sends you off into a lovely rest of your day. Hope it's not too stressful. And yeah, thanks for spending this time with me. So here we go. We'll finish off with the Final Fantasy prelude. All right. Yes, as Brandon says, go being filled with determination. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, rest of your week, and yeah, we'll see you next week at the same time.